is David Seide. I'm an attorney with the Government Accountability Project, and I represent the Voice of America employees who are part of this lawsuit. Today we were in court to request that the judge issue an order to restore Voice of America, Radio Cuba, and the grantee networks so that they can function again. Today they are dark. There are over 400 million listeners, viewers, readers who are no longer getting news from these entities, and it's been over a month. Since that time, other networks in China, in North Korea, and Russia have been moving in and have been capturing our audiences. The point of today's hearing was to argue to the judge why he should reverse what has already happened to restore Voice of America to the place it was before President Trump issued the orders he issued on March the 14th. The next steps in the process are that, well, let me back up a minute and say, the arguments lasted about 4 hours. Well, we started at 11:30 and it's now, 4 o'clock or something? The arguments lasted around 2.5 hours. The judge heard complete arguments from both sides, and he announced that he is reserving his decision, meaning he did not decide from the bench, but he also said he would expect to issue a written order shortly, which means I expect him to issue an order within days, and that's the current status.
You were saying that you described this as a good day. What was the environment and how you can categorize the feeling at the court?
Yeah, it was a good day because the parties were able to make their arguments completely. The judge appeared to be very informed and receptive to the case. The judge is very knowledgeable about this case because he's in charge. He's handling all the Voice of America cases and the grantee cases. And so it was good to see his deep engagement in the case. And it was also good to see the support that Voice of America employees and others provided today by attending the hearing. And in fact, the courtroom was packed, and people had to watch in the overflow rooms, and that's above and beyond the opportunity people had to dial in to listen to the arguments. So it's fair to say that it's a case of great interest. It's a case involving a great crisis for not only journalists, but frankly for the United States. And it's a tragedy that we have to be here to deal with this.
David, what was the outcome today, and what do you expect to happen next?
Today, the parties argued their case. The case they're arguing is about is to persuade the judge to issue an order to reverse what has happened. And so the parties were given the chance to argue, and they argued at length. The judge, it's now up to the judge to decide what to do about it. And it's not unusual at all for judges, especially in cases like this, to issue written orders directing specifically what the judge expects the defendants in this case to do. And it's likely that the judge will also issue a written opinion explaining his reasons for that.
For the Voice of America employees who were in the courtroom today or listening in, what should they take away from this?
I think they should take away hope, and I think they should take away that given what we saw today, and given the manner in which the hearing was conducted, they should have hope that in fact we will achieve the results we're seeking for our clients, which is the restoration of Voice of America and USAGM and Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, and the Middle East Broadcasting Network, and Radio Cuba, and Radio Free Asia.